Hey everybody, and welcome back to Ready Steady Play, where we're doing part 2 of Frostpunk. And if you were with us for the last stream, if you weren't, then you will have no idea what's going on. I can't recap 4 hours of streaming. I mean, I can, so here we go. 6 rounds. We've done 6 rounds. We're now in the action phase of round 6. Paul from Gaming Rules said that we wouldn't last 6 rounds. Or he said death on round 6. So if we can get to the end of this round, which is to say, I think 3 more phases, then we've beaten Paul's expectations. So that's pleasing. At least we can qualify that as a success, because I do believe we are probably balancing on the precipice of complete disaster. I see Difter's here. He says money is on death caused by the first storm. Yeah, maybe. What Difter is anticipating here is the first storm, which is the very next round, coming in and destroying all of our wonderful shelters and leaving us completely without anywhere to sleep, which means we'd get so sick that everyone would die, I guess. We're not yet in a position, I think, where enough people can actually get sick in order to perish. Because death by sickness, I think, requires something like 29 sick people, and you can't actually have more sick people than you have people. That makes sense, doesn't it? In any case, this could be a very short stream, and those of you who are watching it in the future will be able to look at the length of this video and find out how well we did. But don't look at that. Just watch anyway, because spoilers. And those of you who are here live, well, no spoilers, because we don't know what's going to happen. The last video I did as well, I played the music from the video game in the background, because I thought that would be nice. And I talked over most of it. And then I think we played a couple of tracks from Destiny 2 as well by accident, because it was on like Shuffle on Spotify. And yeah, that video got the hell claimed out of it. Like, just claimed. Everyone claimed everything. So that got completely demonetized. Like, it just had a fit and just completely became completely unmonetizable. Totally ineligible. So now we're back to royalty-free music. Here we go. Overwhelming sickness. If any of the sickness markers on the population track is on 26 or higher in the preparation phase. That's fine, because they can't go that high yet. You need to have 26 people. I was on 26 or higher. What are these death markers here for? These are the... Sorry, the fail. What are these fail states for? On the sickness track? I don't know. I totally did not mean to kick off this stream with a rules check. If any of the sickness markers on the population is 26 or higher, yeah. Yeah, so I don't know why we've got these symbols on 29, 36, and 45. If the sickness marker is over 25, we lose. It's a little bit confusing. Not gonna lie, I thought I had figured this out. But not to worry, because I don't think we're gonna die from sickness. I think we're gonna die from other things. Although we do have a lot of sick workers now. That's real bad. This is our sick workers up here on 13. Not great. I mean, the thing is, we're back in the action phase for round 6 now, and our main priorities here are to build some shelters for the oncoming storm. I think what we're going to have to do here to sort of help mitigate the damage is to... we're going to have to get heat up. Now, that's going to be really difficult, actually. This is going to be a huge problem, because if you take a look over here... Nope, not that one. This one. No, not that one. This one. There we go. This got way out of hand, so we have to get... Oh, this exploded as well. I forgot about that. So the generators exploded once, so maybe we'll lose that way. But we need to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 coal. Although actually, to heat the shelters, we really need to get 8 coal. We don't need 9 coal. 9. We do need 9. Jeez. So that's not great. I don't know how we're going to get that. 9 coal. We also need a bunch of food. And we also need to implement the law, which is makeshift shelters, in order to allow us to even turn the ruined shelters into salvageable things, sleepable places. So that's all going on. Fortunately, the storm won't hit till next round, at which point we'll already have survived round 6, so that's good. Yeah, so we're kind of just plotting out our moves. We've got one worker over here in the spent worker token spot. We've got exactly enough to build a wood drill. I don't know if that's better. We could also build... We could build a wood drill. Okay, let's have a look here. Let's plan something out here, because what we need is wood and coal, and we need to visit the hothouse at least once. So one visit to the hothouse... Well, we need coal first, really, because all of these actions are going to make us sick until we get some coal. And realistically, we need like a shed load of coal. It's not super helpful, the fact that we have like no coal. Where are we even going to build it? We need to clear some snow. We've got too many problems, not enough solutions. But one step at a time. So, we're going to build the wall drill over here. And I'm thinking maybe we build the coal thumper up here. So if we do... but it'd be great to build them both at the same time, because that would save us on actions. But I don't think that's possible either. We need to build... Oh, we could visit the sawmill. This is all going to cause sickness, which is additionally a problem. We're not far off of losing an engineer. I mean, not losing them permanently, but just losing them... sorry, not losing a worker piece, but losing one of our engineers from the track here. As you can see, the sickness cube is just currently on the wrong side of... There, this is... I think this might have gotten to just like... I think this is just the beginning of the end. This is the beginning of the unsolvable situation. Building another bunkhouse would also be good, but I don't see how we're going to have quite enough wood for that. Although the wall drill produces 3 wood, which is very helpful. The field kitchen would also have been really useful, but we need another law for that. So... let's have a think here. Realistically, if we're going to enact the shelter's law, we're going to need to build the wall drill. Then we're going to need to use the wall drill twice to get the wood. We're going to have to build a coal thumper. Well, actually, if we build... Actually, do you know, the coal thumper's 3 wood, so... We use the sawmill to get 3 wood. Then we can build the wall drill and the coal thumper at the same time. Then we can use the wall drill twice for 6 wood. We're still freezing our asses off. Are we going to use... We need to use the hothouse at least once. Once again, we don't have enough actions to do anything. I don't know if we need to use the wall drill twice, but we're not going to have a chance to build again. Which means a lot of people are going to get sick. They're going to get sick anyway because it's freezing cold and I have no way of heating anything. What we need is coal, which we're going to get from the coal thumper, but we need to... I mean, so many people are going to get sick if we don't solve this problem as well. Oh my god! what is this? This is so. I think what we really need to be thinking about here actually is like, how do we prioritize what is the least bad thing, right? Like, what is the actual lose state here? Workers getting really badly sick would be terrible because there's 26 of them. So if they all get sick, that would be a lose condition. So we need to probably send someone to the medical post to heal 3 workers, which is next to nothing given how many people are actually going out to work in the cold this round. Well, we're going to get 4 more sickness from them. There's another 3 over there on the track there. That's 7 more sickness for them, which puts them on 20. Which means next turn, none of them are going to be able to do anything. And furthermore, if we, oh my god. Yeah, I think this is our last round, guys. Like, it's going to be a short stream. But thanks for joining. Okay. Well, actually, do you know what? Okay. Hang on. We are getting ahead of ourselves because the storm hits at the beginning of the next weather phase, which is after we've slept, so we do have next round to build shelters. We can still use the tents tonight. So I'm thinking ahead. I'm thinking I need to solve the storm problem now, but I could solve it next round. I don't like this leaving everything to the last minute, but I'm just massively behind and still playing catch up. So problems this round are everyone's really sick, everyone's really cold, and these problems are only going to escalate because we don't have an efficient way to get resources. So we need to prioritize the coal thumper. And the reason the coal thumper's somewhat efficient is because it's going to produce... Using it gives us 2 coal, which is the same as just picking up 2 coal. That's not very good. I mean, but it also puts coal out on the map. But we still need to put it somewhere near the gathering post to actually make that more efficient than just going to gather those resources. So, because we could just go out, stand out here and pick up 2, you know. I mean, we're so far off being able to afford a coal mine. I don't seem to have any more steam cores anyway, so... Right, so we need food. Everyone's too cold and everyone's too sick. These are the problems we need to solve this round. So we can... Is there a building that helps us? The field kitchens. I think we need the field kitchens, because they can be built on the same tile as another building, and that building counts as heated. That means they can only really heat small buildings, though. But we could build them around the bunkhouse. We could build them on the same tile as houses as well, which might be helpful because, I mean, well, right now we don't even have any houses. What am I thinking about? Thinking ahead here. We don't even have any houses. The other thing we could do is implement the radical treatment law, which lets us set a sickness marker to 5 and then flip it. And we could use this on the workers because they are currently on 13. So that's an effective cure of 8, and it doesn't even kill them. Of course, we'll actually take a sickness just doing that with our engineers, which is a bummer. I also think that might put a law into the dusk deck that could put out a dusk card that could very well be a disaster in due course. But we have to survive the present. We're just surviving the day-to-day. That's what we gotta do. So Hey, oh, look at that. Chat just lit up. Lassie says, I really love this game. Difter being supportive, and Christian says, didn't you collect one Steam Core gain? Yes, I did. I currently have 1 Steam Core and 5 wood, which I'm going to use to build the wall drill. There is no more Steam Cores on the map. I need to shovel snow in order to find them. So, that's a shame. Okay, we're still not going to have enough actions at all. But I think we need to... I want to prioritize getting warm. God, I wish I had the coal mine now. The wall drill doesn't even get us close to heating ourselves, to be honest. Do we need to worry about the sawmill, really, if... Oh, if only I could do one more shovel snow action. I could do one more shovel snow action, then I could get more efficient coal. Gathering with the coal thumper. Using the gathering posts I've already built. Didn't they go up? Because I don't think the red and orange heat markers can be that high. They didn't go up every... They don't go up every turn. Daniel, they went up 1 because the generator blew up. And I've been, I think, probably quite unlucky in that most of them have gone up each turn as well. Which I was surprised by. If we take a quick look at the history of my weather cards here. You guys can't see that. Hang on, let's have a look. Off I go to show the weather cards. We've got, that's most of them. That's, yeah, most of them. Pretty much, yeah, they've all gone up 1 on every card except for red, which has missed 2 advances. And then they all went up again. I mean, that's probably just bad luck. But then we also missed 2 advances on the red one, but then they all went up another step because of, the storm. Although red should only have gone up 4 according to this, so I don't know why. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Red should only be here, maybe. I don't know why it's higher, but I can't say for certain that there wasn't something that set it to going higher. I also seem to be a weather card short, actually. Because this is round 6, and I've only got 5 weather... Oh, no, we don't do weather in the first round, that's why. I think you pushed it up wrongly 2 days before. Ugh, look at me making this game harder for myself. What the hell? Bear with me 2 seconds as well. I just realized I've forgotten to, open up the app. Alright, well, Difter, you were watching the last stream. Do you remember anything pushing those up, those tokens up, other than weather cards and the generator blowing up? Because I don't. Right, where's our app? There it is. Okay, so I think we've got a consensus that maybe I did these a little bit wrong. So let's have a look. Blue's gone up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Starts here, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would have been 6. So does it start here? Do you know, I'm not going to audit all of them. Though I do have the photo of the starting setup here. Because it's always the same for this scenario. Yeah, okay, so blue starts here. So 6 moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So blue's correct. Yellow starts here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's correct. Orange starts here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's correct. And red starts here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's definitely not right. Red should be 2 lower than the others. So it should be 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. So red's gone up. You're right. Red's gone up a little bit too far. I probably took some unnecessary sickness from that, which I didn't need to. But that's okay. Okay, what does this actually mean, though? Not really much of anything. It doesn't really help me at all. Unless I'm planning to build red buildings, which I'm not. We can upgrade buildings, though, can't we? To be red? Can we not just upgrade the buildings so that they're warmer, please? Okay. We could upgrade the coal thumper. We can upgrade the wall drill as well to increase the insulation. Those are good ideas. Charcoal kiln. That's a good idea. That could solve... That could help. So... Okay, so if sickness is an issue, then we really need to get the heat up so we don't just exacerbate sickness. Oh my god. What does the care house do? That old care house also helps with sickness quite significantly. So building the care house might be a really good one. I mean, not as much as radical treatment, though. Public house, this is no time for that. New faith would be a good one to get eventually. We need to enact some more laws. And if we're going to do a law, that would be a good one to have as well. Agnes Hunter will choose which consequence card to put into the dusk deck. Okie dokie. So... God, I'm a complete loss. Right. The kiln was always tricky in the board game. Not sure how it works out. Oh, tricky in the video game. Not sure how it works out in the board game. Yeah, I mean, I've been getting lots of hints and tips from people who've played the video game Difter, and one of them was like, turn the generator off to save coal. And I'm like, not a thing that happens in the board game. But I appreciate the you know, I appreciate the attempts to help anyway. Right. So I think what we need to do is sort of think of a plan to get heat so that we don't get super duper sick. Both in terms of doing actions this round and also on this track here. The real question is how can we avoid getting super duper sick as quickly as possible? So far, Haggers, you've just missed me getting completely stuck on what do I do now. I need... To make a difference, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 coal. 8 coal to make a difference, which could be 4 actions, which would just be ridiculous. Ridiculously inefficient. Not to worry, Heggers. You can skip to the end and then go back and rewatch it later. See how we got here. Yeah, because we also need to heat the shelters in order to use them. Oh, that's a good point, actually. I think there was a round where I used all the shelters but didn't actually have the heat on at all. So I should probably have a lot more sickness than I currently have. Oh, wasn't that last round? I was like, oh yeah, we just won't put any coal. I think that was the end of last round. I was like, yes, I will just save this 2 coal. Maybe it was the round before. So really, I should probably have about 4 more sickness on the workers and 3 more sickness on the engineers. Oh, God. Yeah, because there's a round where we just didn't use this. And then there would have been some extra stuff up there, but I can't really fix that for now. So let's just leave it, but we'll move those tokens up. Although we probably should have at least an extra... No, because the children can use the child shelter, which is here, which probably also would have been frozen. Oh my god. Okay, okay, that's made things a lot worse. I just made them worse for some reason. Okay, I think... yeah, I think this is now unsolvable. Let's go ahead and... let's go ahead and try to get some... Well, we can only use the charcoal kiln once. Yeah, I think I've just sort of completely undervalued the I think I've just completely undervalued the well, it's round 6 and I don't have a good way to get food and wood and coal, and that's what Paul said was like a core mistake. So I made this core mistake already. So I think let's oh geez. Let's just do what we can. I think let's press on with trying to solve that mistake then, even though we're probably all gonna die before we get a chance to reap any of the benefits. With people just getting increasingly sick. So let's use our 4 workers first, and then what we can do is use radical treatment to just heal them all, even though they've become sick. So I think we go here to the sawmill, and that gets us 3 wood, so we can do a bit more with our build action. So we chop down the last tree, and then we get 3 wood into our supply there. So now we've got 8 wood and a steam core, and we get 1 more sickness. Oh, 1 more sickness up here as well, for what that's worth. And then we will. Now do we build? I don't see why not to build now. So we'll use a engineer to build because it's heated. And we'll put out the wall drill here, right? And that costs 5 wood and a steam core, which leaves us with 3 wood. And so the question is, what are we going to do with that 3 wood? What can we build here to solve this heating problem? We could build a charcoal kiln. We could build a coal thumper, which obviously it gets 3 coal on the map. Let's have a quick look at the exact... Place 3 coal from the bank on each of 3 different adjacent spaces. Spaces chosen must already have coal on them or no resources, trees, or buildings. So, I mean, what we could do is build it... I mean, this is why it'd be good to remove snow. So maybe we send one of these guys to remove snow to reveal this tile. Build the coal thumper here. And then when we thump coal, we can put it out here and here and here. And then the gathering post can pick up like 4 coal all at once. Yeah, let's do that. So let's hold off on building, actually. Just a little bit of a retcon. To send a worker over to clear snow. Because we're going to do radical treatment on them before the end of the round anyway. Which means we need to have 2 people left to do both, 2 engineers left to do both of those actions. So actually, if I think about it, we've got the guy for build over here. So 1 clear snow, 1 to... Oh, then we're short 1 action to use the coal thumper, to use the gathering post to pick up all the coal. Is it going to be enough? If we used the coal thumper and picked up all the coal, we'd get 6. Which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, it doesn't do basically anything. So 6 coal turns on the red insulation, which does nothing for us. So everyone will freeze again tonight. But I don't see how that's preventable. So I think maybe we just kind of bite the bullet that everyone's going to freeze tonight, and then hope that the sort of implementation of these changes this round allows us to survive long enough. Oh, this is not even... No, okay, we have to do the hothouse action as well, because if we don't go to the hothouse, we will starve. What the hell, guys? What the hell? Oh my god. Okay. So let's write off all of this heating business. We're not going to get the heating back on. So, I mean, it's just impossible. So, I guess prioritize building the wall drill to just... I mean, it's just slow. I mean, it's the thing is it's too behind the curve. We're just not going to clear it up. But so are we going to even bother clearing snow then, or do we just send these guys out to gather coal? No, we can't just be gathering coal endlessly because we don't improve things then. So yeah, what we need to do is to proceed with trying to build this stuff, even though it's probably all going to be a disaster. So with that in mind, yeah, here, we'll go and clear snow to reveal this far tile here, which is got 1 steam core on it. Of course it does. And actually reveals 3 food, which is helpful. So that goes up to 9. And we've got a steam core out there. Now I can't just build the coal thumper there, because if I don't... Oh, and if I collect that steam core, I can't build the coal thumper at all this round. But if we don't collect that steam core and build the coal thumper, we're just going to destroy it. Okay, so... 'Cause, I mean, it's just slow. I mean, it's... We're... With the thing is, we're... Yeah, it's too behind the curve. We're just not going to clear it up. But... So... Yeah, what we need to do is to... Proceed with trying to build this stuff, even though it's probably all going to be a disaster. Yeah, just not enough workers. Are we gonna do another round where we don't build anything? But just kind of keep getting ready to build stuff while everything falls apart. I do have 2 spare wood. So let's have a look here. Platform, medical post. Build is already taken care of. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8. Okay, 8 kind of saves us. So let's do this then, right? So now we take the build action, we put out the wall drill, trying to secure our future, and we spend 2 more wood. Oh, I'm not gonna have enough wood now. That's so annoying. One charcoal kiln doesn't help me. 2 charcoal kilns is not enough. Is 2 charcoal kilns is going to save me, but I don't have enough actions to do it. Unless I don't heal any of the workers. But that means next round, I think we're going to lose due to sickness. I can't put off building the wall drill for another round. It's just going to... None of these people are helpful. Damn it. I can't put off the wall drill for another round, or we won't be making any progress. We'll just run out of resources. I mean, I think I'm trying to prevent a fate that's already happened. But I don't see a way out of it because there's just not enough actions. We can save ourselves this round by not building the wall drill. Haggers is like, your fate was sealed when you started to play. Yeah. Yeah, I think you're probably right. Maybe. Well, if we're not using... I'm putting off the wall drill again for another round. Some reason. Okay, so... Okay, here we go. So, the build action is going to get us... We can build, I guess... What we need is to make sure we actually don't just go stupid and do this real dumb. So we need 1 more wood. So we shouldn't build anything else, really, even though we have a spare build, because if we do... it will take more than 1 action. We just want to collect like 1 wood next turn and then build the wall drill. Ugh, okay. So, I mean, in a perfect world, we could collect a wood and this and then build something with that steam core, but no, I don't think that's our future. Right, so we build 2 charcoal kilns, which is just terrible. I guess they're going down over here and over here. What do these look like in the tray? And that costs 2 wood. So there's the 2 wood for that. And then these guys go and use them both, which costs 2 more wood, gets us 8 coal, add 2 more sickness, which puts us on 20 sickness. We get the 8 coal, we can burn it all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which is now heated most of... Oh, we're not going to get the food, though. Ugh. So then we can send this engineer over here to build... to enact the radical treatment law using the Agnes Hamsterville card, which will allow us to pick the outcome of the consequence card of this law. And this law says that when we use the medical post, instead of its normal action, we can reduce a sickness token back down to 5, but we have to flip it when we do that. So there's the law. And now we're going to get a consequence card, which is going to be L19A or B. I'll just read the titles, and then we'll pick one based on the title, I think, to see what happens. So, abandon all hope ye who enter here is number 1. Traumatizing moments is number 2. No, this one is like just significantly way less bad. So, no Eggers, no. If we picked 2, then the whole point of the choice would be completely pointless, ineffective. We would have picked the worst card. I mean, like, if they looked roughly the same sort of badness, then fine. But one is, like, clearly much worse. Okay. And so then our last action is... Our last engineer goes to the medical post, and instead of doing the normal action, reduces the sickness here back down to 5, and it flips. So we're going to have, like, 2 deaths this round, which is really bad. But that's life here in the world of Frostpunk, run by me, someone who's good enough to get halfway through the game before everyone dies. I also don't want to believe that you can't progress in this without enacting child labor, but I don't know how. It feels like child labor would have been enormously helpful. Anyway, that's the end of the action phase. We're all out of actions. So let's move on to the dusk phase, where we are now going to resolve a dusk card. Everyone voted 2, so maybe we'll just shuffle these and then pick one. Pick number 2. Difter only choosing 2 after I told him that that was significantly worse. Do you know what I played last night at the board game club? Railways of England, which is a map for Railways of the World, which is so good. I love Railways of the World. It's such a nice game. It's sort of mean and tight and economical. It's Martin Wallace and Glenn Drover. Really good game. I mean, it's the third sort of implementation. It was Steam, then Age of Steam, then Railways of the World. But anyway, that was fun. Just, you know, I just wanted to, you know, mention that I sometimes play fun games. Here we go. What's this? Child education, bright minds. After receiving intense courses and on-site training from our engineers, the young apprentices helped to progress our technological research significantly. Their bright ideas and enthusiasm found fertile ground. If the child shelter is built, choose one. Move the development token 1 space backwards on the round track. Or upgrade a small building by paying its upgrade cost, even if the building has been used this round. Oh my god. Okay. Can we potentially save lives by upgrading a small building? What does the upgraded gathering post do? Take one resource from each adjacent space and place them in the supply. Oh, increases insulation. Right. I mean, that's really good. What's the upgraded medical spot? Procure 4 or treat 1. I feel borderline like it has to be the medical post. Or a hunter's. Upgrading the medical post is 2 wood. Upgrading the hunter's hut is 1 wood. I should be upgrading more stuff as well, quite frankly. But what's a small building that's very... Well, all the small buildings are relatively cheap to upgrade, actually. Realistically, yeah, it's got to be the medical post, because it's more expensive to upgrade, and also we have a problem with sickness, so that's just going to help save lives. It also gives it better insulation, so we'll do that. Great. Good. Right, this doesn't have a symbol on it, so what happens after I resolve this dusk card? Apologies for the intervention. If you know what happens with the consequence cards once they're resolved, do let me know. It's probably in the dusk phase. Right. No icon. Unless otherwise instructed by the card, put it in the dusk discard pile. Okay, so this goes into the discard pile because it has no icon. And we haven't been instructed to do anything else with it. Cool. Great. Good. So that's the end of the dusk phase. Moving on to... the hunger phase. Okay, yeah, this is where things are going to start getting bad. So we've got not enough food to feed everyone, so that's bad. So this goes down to 3. This goes down to 0. Then this goes down to 0, and we get anger. So we're going to go into the... Oh, now we've got more discontent than hope. Brilliant. I mean, everything's just... It's just slow death now, isn't it? So there's greed. Here's anger activating because it's plus anger. Good, and now we have to feed this round workers, which, oh, this is, yeah, I think we'll make it to round 7, and then we're all gonna starve to death. Sorry, hunger goes up to 26. Now I don't think we lose the game right away. I think it's only in the hunger phase. Like, some lost conditions are immediate, and others are at specific points. And I think hunger is during this phase, after you've spent food to bring hunger down. Is hunger still above 26? Then everyone starves to death. But, you know, I mean, it's not looking good. So, there is that. Yeah, overwhelming hunger. This occurs during the hunger phase if your hunger level is 25 or more after spending food to decrease it. Yeah. So, bad. Bad news. The symbol below the hunger track is +1 discontent, not +1 anger. Oh, thanks, Daniel. That makes my life slightly easier. So we'll just add an anger instead of a new token. Just making it harder for myself. Cool, thanks for that. So, great. So we are still alive, technically. We haven't yet lost, but everything is on the cusp of losing. Right, the night phase. So, at least here, we've managed to heat most things, I think. Because we've got, is this updating? Why isn't this updating? Sorry, that's still stuck on whatever that's stuck on. Sorry about that. Right, so... Okay, so all the workers come back for a start to the center here. And spent token goes away, which is good. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 positions, which is good. That's for everyone. We've also got the child shelter heated, which is good. So we've managed to heat all of these things. Have we heated the bunkhouse? Yes, because they're all on the inside track, and we've heated the inside track. So that's fine. So at least there's no sickness added right now. Cool. So we've made it to round 7. So now we move the round marker, and then... Oh, and sorry about that. There we go. We've moved the round marker. It's now round 7 on the storm, and so we'll have to resolve the storm in the weather phase. Morning phase. Reveal and resolve a morning card. Right. We've pretty much got to ignore this because we have no spare actions. What is this? Morning smog. The morning sun has vanished, covered by smog from the generator. In these conditions, it's hard to take even a single breath. If possible, flip a sickness marker on its syringe to its skull side. Yes, the children are now sick. 2 options. Let the sick and the weak stay put for today. We shouldn't push them in conditions like these. For each sickness marker on its skull side, place a... Oh, that's no good. We'd get 3 spent citizen tokens in the supply, 1 of each, which is fine actually because the children don't work anyway. So it's effectively a sick engineer and sick worker, which is really bad. Or a moment of weakness is a commodity. We get a +1 discontent and add a card to... lose 2 actions or discontent and dusk card. No, I think we need the actions. So... Oh, but the dusk card's going to be worse. Do you remember when I was like, let the prophet go, and then the prophet card came back around and messed everything up? The dusk cards are awful. Like, I know that the spent citizen tokens are bad, but the dusk cards are invariably worse. It's going to come out and be like, you made them all work, so now just kill off 4 citizens or something. Oh, God. Right, here we go. Spent workers. Brilliant. Right, so, yes, because we had to flip this over. Oh, no, if we do that, a child will die. And if a child dies... Oh, I mean, we're gonna... Well, as soon as we get to the generator round, and that sickness is implemented, 3 people are gonna die, and that's gonna give us so much discontent. I mean, but we have to flip the child marker anyway. We can't do anything about it. And actually, if we pick +1 discontent, that's even gonna... But yeah, I mean, I think every single death is a discontent, isn't it? No, some of them are... Actually, a lot of them are minus hope. Well, that's just as bad. We're gonna lose all the hope. Oh, no. This is almost over, guys. Shortest stream ever. It's, shortest Frostpunk stream ever. I've lost the stream timer. So I don't actually know how long we've been going. I mean, not even now, an hour. Almost an hour. Oh my god. Yeah, fine. Morning card resolved. So we get to move on to the generator phase. Right, where we fuel the generator. So we can't fuel the generator any more than it's already fueled. Gain 6 citizens, so we gain 1 sick worker. Haggers is like, start another game. Yeah, I would, except we're live streaming on Sunday, and I can't leave it set up, and I'm not going to get finished before then. But if more on that in a minute. Okay, so there's the 6 citizens. Gain them, yeah. So now we drop coal in. We need to drop 5 coal in. I think the generator might explode, actually. I did the storm drifter on my first run, but the thing about the storm on the first run was that the marker moved a lot more. Like in this, I mean, the thing is, it's pretty variable, because in the first game I played, the storm marker actually moved all the way up to like round 5, I think, or 4. So I had the storm really early, whereas in this game, it only moved 1 space, because it starts on 8, and it's only moved to 7. But instead, what's happened in this game is these things have ratcheted up a lot further than they had in my other game. So it's like, it's pretty variable how these sort of different things can change. It's quite interesting. Anyway, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cubes into the generator. Now I know there's like 6 in there, so. Alright, so we've got 6 that have come out. So the generator didn't just immediately explode. Although it has filled up literally every spot you can see. Great. Good. Okie dokie. So, the generator did not break, so this goes back down to 0, but it's about to. I mean, everything's about to break, but I think we're... Oh, yeah, wait. When do we... It's preparation phase when we implement 6 citizens? I think it's preparation phase. No, it's not right now, is it? So, weather phase. Reveal a weather card. Can we just get to the end of the expedition, please? Please let me have 3 movement. That's all I want, is 3 movement so I can see what's on the back of this card. That's all I want, okay? Please let me have this. Yes. Okay. So when do I resolve the storm? Reveal a weather card. Advance the cold marker and heat range indicators. So, we're going up here, up here, up here. We're gonna get 2. We're gonna get 6 food. We reconnected. Good. So we got 6 food. That's something. And then we get to advance 3 on the expedition. 1, 2, 3. Now we get to look at what happens at Winterholm. Yay! Right? We resolve this right away, do we? Or do we have to wait till the actions phase? No, we resolve this right away, don't we? Quick, people who know how to play the game. I've never made it to the end of an expedition card before. I understand how they work in theory. But this is also a scenario expedition. Yeah, when it reaches the topmost space, choose whether to skip or explore. Yeah, so we choose to explore because this is a scenario one. So let's find out what happens. Winterholm. After a long and exhausting march, our scouts come back with news about Winterholm. They climbed up to the edge of the city. They stood there speechless, staring at a scene of utter destruction. Most of the buildings were destroyed, and the generator has exploded. Our people found some of the resources that weren't entirely covered by snow in this city of the dead. The recovered city chronicle describes the shortage of food and the citizens' increasing despair. The squabbles, riots, and descent into anarchy, fights for dwindling resources, and the final moments of starvation. The last entry says, "God forgive us, we're eating our dead. There's no hope." If scenario card 3 has not been revealed, place scenario card 7 face up in the scenario display. If it's round 7 or earlier, 1 steam core, 3 wood, and 4 charcoal. Oh, it is round 7 or earlier. It's round 7. If 3 has not been revealed, place 7 in the scenario display. Has 3 been revealed? 3 has not been revealed. Should I have revealed it? No, I shouldn't have. That is revealed later. So, if 3 has not been revealed. So we just place 7 out now. Okay. So, card 7. Bloody beacon. 7. Prepare for the storm. Winterholm fell during the storm. We must prepare or share their fate. The severity of the storm might forbid us from venturing outside. Stockpiles must be made. Action phase. Each time you perform this action, spend an amount of food and or coal. Place the corresponding stockpile markers on this card to track food rations. 1 for every 3 food spent, and coal. 1 for every 2 coal spent. Oh my god. A stockpile? Are you joking? Yeah, I mean, great. So the stockpile markers, some of these funny scenario tokens. I think I have them somewhere. I thought I had a bowl of tokens that are... I might have put them away, like, I don't need them for this game. You know, I think I've put away... I'm not going to need them. I don't have anything to stockpile. Yeah, exactly. We've got a steam core, 3 wood, and 4 coal. At least now we can build the wall drill right away. But I think we're going to starve to death, right? Aren't we about to lose? Didn't I just say that? We're about to lose. Oh yeah, when we implement sickness, 3 people are going to die, and we're probably going to lose. Right, 4 coal. Okay, well, at least they brought some stuff back. Cool. Thanks, guys. Great. So now I've already gained food, advanced scouts on the move the storm marker, and possibly resolve a storm. Yeah, so the storm marker goes back to round 6, apparently, and now we're going to resolve the storm card. So, I think all of our tents are just going to get obliterated. If it's round 7 or earlier, go to number 1. We're hit by heavy snowfall. Flip all the tents to their ruins side with the map on the map buildings board. Place the storm marker on round 12. Okay, so like all the tents are destroyed. Even the tents we haven't built yet are destroyed. Alright, and then we just leave that there. This goes to 12. This tent is flipped over to ruins. These tents are all flipped over to ruins. Do I have miniatures for ruins? Is that a thing that exists? Sorry, tents. Oh, gosh. I don't think I have any miniatures to represent ruins. Unless these are supposed to be ruins. Nope. No, I don't. Actually... No. No. Okay. Bad, though. That's bad. So, what else we got going on here? Right, so... That's the weather card resolved anyway. And now we move on to... Right, so choose advisor optional. We choose the health advisor because we have no choice, but we can't use them for anything. And now we have to resolve sickness, markers effects. So I don't know if there's a specific order in which you're supposed to resolve these, but we might as well start with the engineer, because it's... You starting a second try when you lose? Marcel, yeah, I mean, I'm very... The answer is probably, but not right away, I don't think. Maybe on... Maybe another time. So, yes, I would like to try another one, for sure. But that's also determined by the people who watch the show and... support the Patreon, so if you want to see another playthrough of Frostpunk, then like the video and leave a comment down below to let me know. Or consider supporting the Patreon, and then you can let me know on Patreon. We have votes all the time about what the patrons want to see played. And this was their choice. This is here because of them. Okay, so with that in mind, here's an engineer who's died. So that flips over. Now, here's the process. This goes down by 1. This goes down by 1. This goes... Oh, and then, this goes up by 1. And then... I have to give up a citizen card from here or ditch one. So... I think we ditch this one because it's -1 hope, which is, you know, better than nothing. So that turns off. Marcel says, in my first try, I died in round 6. In the second, in round 9. Hope there is a progression with a view more tries. Yeah, I hope there's progression as well. I think if people do want to see it again, I think I'd like to play it off. Resolving sickness, bad. Nice try. Yeah. This is the. I'd like to play it off camera a little bit more, so that next time I'm a little bit better at it. But all told, you know, round 7. We haven't actually technically lost yet either. But here's a dead worker, so that drops down. This drops down. This goes up, which is to say the corpse marker goes up. And we actually lose one of our brown work pieces because that's dropped down low enough for that to happen. And then we have to give up a card from here, which is going to be this one. We don't have to do it from our hand again. I'm just picking them from my hand because I don't want to do it randomly. We're going to lose 2 hope when a child dies, though, aren't we? So actually, that's GG, isn't it? Yeah. I think we have lost. Because I think that's -1 hope. And then the child dies. So if I discard this card from my hand, I can't, because I'll lose. So we flip over one of these, and if it's -2 hope, the game's over. And it will be, because they're always -2 hope. Yeah, so this was actually one of the better ones. Game over. Because we get -2 hope. This is exactly how I lost last time. Was each death will lose you 1 hope. No, child death loses you 2. Yeah. Game over. Womp womp. Yep. Oh. Well, we made it to round 7. I actually got to Winterholm this time, which is slightly better than last time. But yeah, wild. I had some stuff in the dusk deck that I wanted to look at as well. Like, did we find the murderer? I'll never know. I'll never know. If we found out what happened with the murderer. What? But yeah, unfortunately, I was just trying to think if I could start a new game now, but I don't think I will have time to finish it before I need the table for the Europa Universalis stream on Sunday. Long way to go to win this game. Yep, never let a child die for no cost. Yeah, apparently. But yeah, so this is a really intriguing game. I think it needs maybe a slightly easier starting difficulty. I saw some people have homebrewed easier starting cards. But yeah, interesting. Sad, want to see another round. Yeah, me too. I would like to not have such a short stream. But I don't know how to we can't really start another one right now. Just because I don't think I'd get it finished before the table's needed for the next thing. But yeah, so like I said, if you want to see more Frostpunk, please do subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video, leave a comment down below, consider supporting the Patreon. This is here because of the patrons, and they wanted to see it, so for just $1, you could get involved. You don't get a vote in the monthly vote, but you still get the capacity to send me private messages and say, please play more Frostpunk. And you'll probably be successful because I'm feeling quite inclined to play more. But I'd like to play it once more off camera first, get a bit better at it, so that when I come back, we can do better than round 7. But in the meantime, that is the end of the stream, I think. Yeah, it's hard to keep track of the Dusk deck as well. Try starting with Society 4, Jan says. Society 4, on normal difficulty. Do you think that they have sort of a better starting distribution? I'll come over here as well, seeing as I'm talking to chat. Christian says, if I start, I might have, if I start a new game now, then I could die in round 3, and then we'd have time to finish it tonight. Yeah, I don't think that's the point, bud. Of course, you know, I could definitely just stick it on Survivalist or whatever, and just die super quick. Did I keep the, what did I do with the Society cards? I think they're here. These are the scenarios. These are all the scenario cards. Right, Society... Normal Society 4. So you start with a lot more engineers and a lot less normal workers, but you also start with a lot more children. So we are playing on... we've been playing on Society 1. Which is the left. Yeah, and suggesting Society 4, which is the right. So more children, more engineers, many fewer workers. Starts with a bit less hope, a bit less discontent, and a bit more resources. Oh, 6, not 4. Okay, yeah, that's 4. So with this one, 6, you start with 12 workers, a lot more engineers, a lot less children. You start with an automaton, which is interesting. Oh, loads of food, but not much resources. And a bit more discontent. That's interesting. They have a bit of flavor text for every society, or is it the same on all the cards? No, they don't. Oh, that's cool that there's a bit of... I mean, if I could get it to focus, we could look at it, but... It's cool that they start with a bit of text. We left Oxford, accompanied by an experimental automaton capable of many tasks. They carried a surplus of food and some building materials. We knew where our designated generator was, but we didn't expect any trouble. However, skilled only in academic disputes, our leaders lost their way, and we burned through all our coal looking for the site. This society has another feeding curve. It's easier to feed, and the engineers are more flexible. Interesting. Yeah, the different sort of starting societies are interesting, but presumably all the normal societies are all kind of balanced to be the same sort of... the same kind of difficulty level, right? Yeah. Oof. Starting problems to generate coal. Yeah, that's what you have to solve here. Society 6, generate coal. Just beeline for the coal in the wall. Build a coal mine. Easy peasy, Japanesey. I don't think you can say that anymore. Sorry. My bad. Thumpers. Yeah, Difter thumpers. Well, I had that stupid tack, and then I never even built one. Never even built a thumper. Outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. What a waste. What a waste. Yeah. So this is this game brings me back to 30 years ago when I was but a wee kid and bad at games. Right. I think that's gonna wrap it up then. Any last tips before I go? Just finished the part 1. This game is hard. Yeah, Alessandro, I'm already dead. So if you want to find out how, you can watch the last hour of stream. But we're gonna wrap it up here. So I'll try and practice a bit off camera, and then we'll see about coming back for another game maybe. Always put your heating on when it's cold. Good tip. Try to build every round a min of 1 shelter. I mean, I just spaffed shelters in this early doors, but they were just the really bad shelters. Do you know what? The thing about this was the storm barely advanced, so it wasn't really the shelter. What killed me in this match that we've just played, I believe, the primary issue was not getting the sort of efficient resource gathering stuff fast enough. Because I just kind of ran out of the ability to do much of anything without freezing to death. You know, I was unable to... Like, I was just getting so sick every round doing actions. I mean, well, everything was falling apart, but... you know, it's like Paul was saying, you want to have a sort of a reliable coal and wood source by the end of, like, round 3. And I hadn't even built either by round 7, so... I mean, that must be a problem, right? Anyway, we'll go ahead and put these lessons to work. We'll learn to do better, and then maybe we'll come back if y'all let me know you want it. So, oh, forget tents. Start with 2 barracks. Start with 2 barracks? Do you mean bunkhouses? Bunkhouses, and then sawmill, wood, coal generator. Don't know if your position of the first sawmill was worth it for only 2 trees. Yeah, Christian, probably not. But again, that was sort of a limitation of a sort of a limitation of the board state, right? The tiles I happened to reveal at the start. I just didn't have that many trees, and they weren't particularly well distributed. Yeah, no, not to worry. I understood you. Sawmill isn't worth every time. Yeah, no, I agree with that. I mean, you know, I needed the... sawmill is worth every time. It is worth it. Okay, interesting. Yeah, because I mean, the first game I played, I managed to get away with having some really well distributed resources that I could also optimize gathering post placement to pick up. This beacon can get lost. That, you know, but in this game, the resources seemed a lot more kind of spread out, and I couldn't really optimize the gathering posts as well. So it meant that I was much more reliant on stuff like the sawmill. Yeah, what do you want? Yeah, you gonna say hello to the people on stream? No? Okay. So, that's... Yeah, I think the sawmill's pretty necessary, though. She just wants to sit under the table and surprise me when I'm least expecting it. Oh, yeah. I would like to do better next time, because I'm feeling a bit like this was roughly the same as my first play. If it helps if those landmark arms are starting you on 5 resource fields. Oh, do you mean that do you mean are these the landmarks, the ones on the outside? I think it's probably helpful, right, if these are not opposite these resource fields at the top, because then you start with the things here and here. So that's sort of, you're already next to sort of this, and then you've got tiles out already. I feel like that's helpful, right? Um, Whereas like I had yeah, so like I mean I had this 5 coal up here, but because I have a landmark token here, it meant that there wasn't a tile here or here. So I never actually had a gathering post next to this, which meant that I just had to send people straight out to just try and pick it up. Which is less efficient, of course. So, I mean, there's a certain amount of... And I think these are the kinds of sort of tricks that you pick up when you've played it more, right? Like, you sort of learn to recognize these challenges and what's going to be your main problems, and you can focus on resolving those. You know, more quickly. What's interesting to me is both times I've lost by people dying to sickness and running out of hope. Or did I get maximum discontent last time? No, I ran out of hope. Yeah, I did. Shelters and sickness, yeah. Shelters, sickness, resources. Yeah. You got to get those things to the sawmill, the wall drill, and the coal mine up as well. Sickness results in losing, though through having no hope. Yeah, I think generating hope is very hard. Well, there's lots of buildings that do it, and actually, like I was thinking, if I built the care house, I actually could have generated loads of hope because I just happened to have both of the 2 care tokens out. And when you enact this law for the care house, it gives you hope. So obviously I wouldn't guarantee to get a hope token. Sorry, not hope, care. But I would get another token, and I could have activated one of these, which would have been good. But then whenever I go to the care house, I get to turn on all of my care tokens, which could have been really useful in sort of preventing a death. And that was, again, I think, a lack of practice, because, you know, if I'd been a bit more familiar with the game at this stage, I would have recognized, oh, when my hope was in this state, I've got 4 hope. And if I'm going to suffer 3 deaths, I'm going to lose. But the thing is, I was not going to suffer a child death until I drew the Morning Smog card. It was this is the card that actually did it for us. I reckon we would have we actually would have got to the action phase of round 7 if it wasn't for this card. This is the card that killed us, because this is the card that made us flip the child sickness token over to the skull side, so a child died. Otherwise, we would have had 1 child critically ill and 2 deaths. And I think, you know, the thing is, I think this game was lost anyway, because we just hadn't built the town up to a point where it could cope with what it was having to cope with now. But, so I think this was an inevitable loss, but we might have made it a few more rounds if it wasn't for that morning card. Maybe 1 more round. 2 more rounds might have been generous. Mass game. Yeah, I mean, the randomized laws and technology is also something that can really change the feel of the game as well. Child shelter, heated meals. Last was this one for religion. New Hope? Yeah, New Hope. So yeah, and you like to play like me, which is to say with the optimistic laws. That's good. So at least you can do well with those then. Unless you lose every game horribly. Am I sitting here just taking advice from someone that's losing all the time? I mean, to be fair, that would be pretty common. For this game, everyone says it's brutally difficult, and in my experience, they are correct. It is very, very hard. You have to test which law result cards are good. Well, I mean, that's one thing that concerns me about the game, actually, is that in order to sort of do well, you have to play, you know, you have to, like, learn all of the consequences, and I mean, you know, you don't get to pick which consequence to put in. But simultaneously, like, you know, if I'm going to play a game for 4 hours and then lose because I didn't realize the consequences were going to be... I mean, you know, to an extent, you can kind of anticipate where things are going to be good and bad. And also the Faith Keeper's building and the social advisor both give you a way to deal with dusk cards. Just in case they... you know, in case you don't like that element of the game, at least you've got some capacity to deal with those. Some mechanism in the game to deal with them, at least. But you know, like, I think I'm never going to be able to play this enough to get to the point where I've memorized those cards enough. So I am concerned that if that's really an important part of doing well, then I'll get to a point where I just won't be able to progress and succeed because I just can't. I mean, I'd have to just sit and read all the cards, right? Like, I can't afford to spend 4 hours to see like 3 cards and then just lose. Alessandra says, did you still enjoy the game even if you lost? What I mean is, did the game give you one more... Yeah, I mean, Alessandra, weirdly, when I'm playing the game and everything's going wrong, I'm like, oh, this is stressful and miserable. Why am I playing it? And then every time I finish playing it, I'm like, oh, I would quite like to do this again, though. So, yeah, weird, odd relationship with this one, but I do want to try it again. Jan says, don't spoil it. Yeah, I mean, that's I think, a bit of a sort of... I mean, I'm 100, like, chat will back me up here, you know, when it comes to, like, choose your own adventure stuff or pretty much anything, like, sort of choice related, I never look at the outcomes to, like, sort of profit from the best choices. I'm always about making blind choices and based on just on text or whatever and dealing with the consequences of our actions. Hey, do you want to come say hello to chat? No? You just want to hide over there? Okay. Yeah, so, but, you know, the thing is, it, also, like, this is quite a long, you might not see a lot of consequences cards. It's like, in this game, I only enacted 2 laws, and, you know, if it gets to the point where I can't succeed at the game without having learned them, then sort of, you know, at least taking a glance over them might just have to be the way to go. But I'm not there yet. You know, there's still enough avenues of improvement just based on sort of learning the flow of the game and these sort of like tricks like, you know, and sort of the basics, you know. Sadly, I already voted, so I can't vote for this. Maybe next time. Frostpunk catches. You will think about how you could do better, and you will try, perhaps struggle, but never give up. It is so great. Nice mechanism. Yeah, I mean, to an extent, it's also quite an experiential game. Like, there is quite a lot of random chance in it. And even if I were to see a bunch of consequence cards, I probably wouldn't retain them for very long anyway. Like, but I guess you get a feel for it. Like generally speaking, you have some kind of indication about how these things go, or how these things are going to pan out. If you implement the law that makes everyone miserable and angry, you're going to have some bad consequences down the line, or whatever. Yeah, so I definitely do want to give it another shot. Certainly happy to play again. And once you're into the sort of the flow of it and you get the mechanisms down, it's fairly easy to parse. The scenario book, yeah, I haven't even looked at the scenario book yet. But I don't know. I think a new home crater might be where I live for the foreseeable future. I don't know if I need to be doing that, but maybe next time we'll try with maybe off camera I'll try with Society 6. Have a go, see how it goes, and practice a bit. We'll see. But Heggers, yeah, I wouldn't bring this to the Patreon meetup just because this feels really very much like a solo game. If we want the Patreon meetup to just be watching me play this, like, fine. We could try the multiplayer or the multiplayer rules with the different advisor cards and all of that, but I just don't think it would be an especially fun use of our time. This really does feel like a solo game. Or at best, a two-headed giant style co-op, where you're just both collaborating and making all the decisions together. Eddie says, I finally got my copy of Everrain in today. Oh yeah, that fulfillment, Eddie, don't get me started. Yeah, well, Haggers, the thing is, if you didn't come into this game with a spirit of, if you just wanted to troll people in Frostpunk, I think you could probably make it the shortest game ever. You could probably lose the game for everyone about 2-3 rounds in, I think. I mean, but you got to make your own fun, man. Like, if you wanna just be the anarchist that destroys society, you do you. Who am I to rain on your parade? Maybe what we need to do is get someone in here who's an expert, someone who's played well, Johnny said he'd played like 20 games or something and he'd still never won it, a single one, so I don't know if Johnny's going to be able to help us. We'll just have to contact someone who knows what's going on. Anyway, let's wrap up here. Thanks everyone so much for watching. Like I said, leave some comments down below. Tips, tricks, what I could do better next time. And if you want to see another round of Frostpunk, we could be getting back to it at some stage, if that's what you want. So do let me know. Leave a like down below, and I hope you'll come back for the stream on Sunday. It's going to be a big, long one. And if you like this kind of content, of course, very, very little on this channel is sponsored. That's by design. I much prefer to do Patreon-supported content. Lets us be completely free to speak our minds and play the games we enjoy. So, thanks everyone so much for watching and joining me for this. Please do subscribe to the channel and throw a like down if you haven't, because it's free to do, and it helps us out. And thanks so much to all the patrons in chat as well. I know I've got a bunch of you here, so thanks so much, guys, for all your support. And we'll be getting together soon for some more stuff over there as well. And Difter, I'll be in touch about that Discord stuff, which is rolling ever on, guys. That's coming soon, so do keep your eyes peeled. Bye for now.